Can you believe it's been a decade since this film came out? Yep. Since earlier in 2014, we got a film adaptation of the dystopian young adult novel known as Divergent, but also later on we got a film adaptation of this other one of a which is I've is the same thing, but it's a different story. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. I'll just tell you as you prepare yourself for a review of The Maze Runner. Big Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2014 dystopian sci-fi flick, The Maze Runner, released by Fox, directed by Wes Ball in his feature directorial debut, based on James Dashner's 2009 novel of the same name. And it's the first installment of a film series for The Maze Runner, produced by Ellen Goldsmith Vine, Wick Godfrey, Mari Bowen, and Lee Stolman, with a screenplay by Noah Oppenheim, Grant Pierce Myers, and T.S. Nolan, starring Dylan O'Brien, Kaya Scodelario, Thomas Brodie-Sangster, Will Poulter, and Patricia Clarkson. Now, the film follows a 16-year-old boy who awakens in a rusty elevator with no memory of who he is, only to learn that he has been delivered to the middle of an intricate maze, along with many other boys who have been trying to find their way out of the ever changing labyrinth, all while establishing a functioning society in what they call the Glade. The film was released on this day, September 19th, 2014. Henceforth, today is the film's 10th anniversary. This became a big hit for Fox. Let's get into our story. A teen boy wakes up inside an underground elevator with no memory of his identity. He is greeted by other male youths in a large grassy area called the Glade, enclosed by giant stone walls. The Gladers have a rudimentary society, with each assuming specialized tasks. The boy learns that a vast maze surrounding them is the only way out. During the day, designated runners search the maze for an escape route and return before the entrance closes at sunset. After a fight with Gally, the boy remembers his name is Thomas. He's attacked by Ben, a runner who was stung and left delirious by a griever, one of the biochemical creatures that roam the maze at night. Ben is forced into the maze by the boys and left to die as there is no cure for his condition. Albie, the leader, and Minho, the lead runner, retrace Ben's steps inside the maze the following morning. However, Minho reappears later that afternoon dragging Albie, who has been stung and is unable to reach the closing entrance in time. Thomas runs into the maze to help, leaving all three trapped. Thomas, chased by a griever, lures it into a closing passageway, crushing it. The three survive the night and return the next morning. A girl arrives in the elevator with a note saying that she is the last one to enter the glade. She recognizes Thomas, but he does not remember her. Gally claims that Thomas has jeopardized the fragile peace between the Gladers and the Grievers and wants him punished. Newt, the group's second in command, instead designates Thomas as a runner. Thomas, Miho, Frypan, Winston, and Zart enter the maze to locate the Griever corpse and remove a mechanical device from inside it. Minho shows Thomas a model of the maze based on previous explorations and explains that numbered sections open and close in a regular sequence. Thomas realizes that the device corresponds to a section of the maze. The girl, Teresa, has two syringes filled with a Griever anti-venom. One is used on Albie, and he recovers from the Griever sting. Miho and Thomas venture back into the maze with the device and discover a possible exit. Several traps are activated, forcing them to leave. Later that night, the maze entrance does not close and other doors open, allowing Grievers to enter the glade. Albie, Zart, and several other Glares are killed, and Galley blames Thomas for everything. Thomas, who has been having disconnected memory flashes since his arrival, stabs himself with a severed Griever stinger in an attempt to revive his memory before he is injected with the last antivenom. Unconscious, Thomas recalls that he and Teresa worked for the organization that created the maze, WCKD, and the boys unknowingly have been test subjects for an experiment. He awakens and reveals his retrieved background. Wow. Now I'm going to go to the final bit of this film plus the ending. So you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue with. Okay, you've been warned. Galley, having taken command, intends to sacrifice Thomas and Teresa to the Grievers to restore peace. However, several Glares free them and enter the maze, but Galley and a few others refuse to leave. Jeff and several other Glares are killed by Grievers before the rest enters the exit. The Glares eventually enter a laboratory strewn with corpses. In a video recording, Ava Page, a WCKD scientist, explains that the planet was devastated by a massive solar flare, followed by a deadly pandemic caused by the flare virus. The group learns that they were part of an experiment intended to develop a cure. Paige shoots herself in the video as the lab is overtaken by armed personnel. Galley, having been stunned by a griever, insists that they will never be free before firing a gun at Thomas. Minho impales Galley with a spear, but he fatally shoots Chuck. While Thomas mourns over Chuck, masked armed men rush in and take the group into a helicopter, and it flies over a vast desert wasteland and approaches a ruined city. Later, the supposedly dead scientists meet in a room with Paige, and she notes that the experiment has been successful and the survivors are now entering phase 2. End of story. So, what did I think of The Maze Runner? Well, I actually liked this film, and I do remember going to see this film. I think this was another good movie. As much as I liked Divergent, but this one had a little bit of a better following by the critics and what have you, as they consider it to be better than most young adult book to film adaptations, since they had more recently gotten Divergent, and they, of course, The Hunger Games was already big at the time. The reviews were positive, with praise for Wes Ball's direction, the actors' performances, and the film's tone. The film became a big success, making $348 million worldwide at the box office against its $34 million budget. It later got 2 sequels based on the follow-up stories. The next one would be The Scorch Trials, which would be released in September of the following year. In January of 2018, the third part would follow, after being delayed. But I'll save that for another time. I'm going to say that I do like the Maze Runner for what it had to offer. It was so incredible. I mean, I liked the look of the glades and what have you, and of course the inside of the maze itself. That was so incredible. I liked everything this had to offer, as I've said already. The film sits at 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying with strong acting, a solid premise, and a refreshingly dark approach to its dystopian setting, the film stands out from the crowded field of young adult sci-fi adventures. Metacritic has a score of 57, and CinemaScore gave this a grade of an A-. The Wall Street Journal, according to Tim Ryan, critics consider the film better than most young adult book to film adaptations due to its strong performances and a creepy, mysterious atmosphere. And I agree on that. The atmosphere was pretty mysterious and a little creepy as well. Affirmative. Newsday gave a good review, saying it was solid, well crafted, and entertaining. Chrissy Lemire of RogerEbert.com says she found the film intriguing, writing that it tells us a story we think we've heard countless times before, but with a refreshingly different tone and degree of detail. Mhm. Soren Anderson of the Seattle Times said the film was vastly superior to the book that inspired it. Yes. There were just so many good reviews and what have you. The film actually won 3 MTV Movie Awards, 3 out of 4, for Best Breakthrough Performance for Dylan O'Brien, who also won Best Hero and Best Fight with Will Poulter. He also got nominated for Best Scared as Shit Performance, but unfortunately lost that. Anyway, but overall, I found this to be such an amazing blast. It was really cool. And I was really just surprised to see this was the first time in I don't know how long that we see the Foxhole just well goes off quickly without instead of fading out like he usually does. Nevertheless, I found the Maze Runner to just be so incredible and amazing. John Pisano does the score for the film, and I must say it's amazing as well. So I gotta give him credit for that. And what can I say? As I've said already, I did like Divergent, but the Maze Runner turned out to be even more good. Now for our cast, we have Dylan O'Brien, who of course was already well known for playing Stiles Stilinski on Teen Wolf on MTV at the time. Played the role of Thomas, and I'm going to say he was absolutely really good. Kaya Scodelario played Teresa, and she's appeared in numerous films, including Wuthering Heights, as well, and later on she went on to appear in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, Crawl, and Resident Evil: Welcome to the Sea. More recently, she just appeared in the series The Gentleman. Emil Amin plays Albie. Pretty good. Thomas Brodie-Sangster played Newt. Very good. Ki Hong Lee played Minho. And Will Poulter played Gally. Yeah, which I thought that was him. Of course, Poulter recently played Eustace Scrubb in The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And of course, he later went on to appear in We're the Millers as well. And Patricia Clarkson played Ava Page. So anyway, you gotta give the cast credit as well. I'm gonna say the cast was exceptionally incredible as well. So overall, The Maze Runner proved to be such an amazing, thrilling film. The sequels aren't too bad either, but it's been some time since I last saw them. I did revisit The Maze Runner not so long ago, just in time for this film's review. So anyway, it was just such a good film. But would I recommend The Maze Runner? I'd say hell yeah, go for it. I think you'll really like it if you give it a shot. So anyway, I think the story is good. Westfall's direction is good. The characters are good. The cast is good. So is the score. Everything. The atmosphere. Yes, everything's good. So I liked it. So if you what did you think of the Maze Runner? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. I'd love to get to hear from some new people who are interested in the rankings and reviews I do on this channel. You can also share with your friends as well. And that's that. Join me next time when I'll give you a spoiler free review of Civil War, which I had just now finished watching. So, if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. I'll do these other dystopian sci fi films that were based on young adult novels. In the upper left hand corner is my review of The Hunger Games. The upper right hand corner is my review of Divergent. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review of director Wes Ball's recent hit film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was released this past summer. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. And I will be reviewing the other two films, possibly next year, because I'm not going to wait for a few years to review the third film, okay? When the next film's anniversary comes up, I will review that and the third one as well. Okay, enough said. So until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.